There's something that the Lord really showed me about this race that we're running. The Lord showed me something really drastic about this race that we're running, and it's a relay race. You guys ever seen a relay race? Right? ¿Cómo se dice eso, relay? Una carrera, ¿verdad? Esa misma palabra, yo no lo puedo decir. Están hablando lenguas. Mira, so a relay race is run by a team of four runners, okay? It's run by a team of four runners. The first runner carries a baton. Esto se llama, ¿qué? Batuta en español, ¿verdad? Is that right? Bastón. Batuta, bastón. ¿Cuál es? Me están confundiendo ahora. Baton, un batón. Right? So the first runner carries the baton. After running a specified distance called a leg, they call it a leg, the runner hands the baton to the next team member. The exchange must occur within a zone a few meters long. Timing is crucial. Timing is crucial. If the runners do not exchange the baton within this zone, the team is disqualified. So watch this. There's a team of four runners, and they have to run simultaneously together. And there's an exchange that must take place. And if the exchange does not take place, everyone is disqualified. Not just the person that drops the baton. Are you with me? So a good track coach will tell you that the relay is won or lost in the transfer of the baton. A miscalculation or hesitation at that point can cost the race. In other words, the race is not necessarily won by the team that runs the fastest, but by successfully passing the baton in the exchange zone. Teams can be disqualified by a bad pass. Passing the baton is essential to win the race. Nosotros, y el Señor me ha dado algo para la iglesia. Diga conmigo, yo soy la iglesia. I am the church. And what I've understood is we're at a standstill because there are reasons as to why we fail to pass the baton to this next generation. We're at a standstill. And I've come up with some reasons as to why. Hay unas razones por qué estamos parados con el bastón. We as pastors, I'm talking to me now, we've been given a responsibility. We've been given a baton, which is ministry. And it has been placed into our hands, and God has entrusted us to steward His church. Say with me, His church. Diga conmigo, su iglesia. Yo soy administrador de la iglesia de Dios. They're not my people. No me pertenecen a mí, sino pertenecen a Dios. We have been entrusted to raise up a generation. I received a call when I first started my ministry. Recibí una llamada empezando mi ministerio hace 3 años atrás. Empecé a llamar a pastores en el área para decirles, estamos aquí y estamos abriendo esta obra y yo quiero conocerles. Y un pastor me dice, me estás quitando mis ovejas. I picked up the phone, I called pastors and I said, listen, I'm in the area. And he said, you're taking my sheep. It's the wrong thing to tell a Puerto Rican man. And we make them ours. And here was my response. I didn't know you died for them. Yo no supe que tú moriste por ellos. Yo conozco uno que murió por todos y él se llama Jesucristo. Y estas ovejas no te pertenecen a ti ni a mí, sino a él. I've understood this, that needless to say, our conversation ended there. Nuestra conversación acabó ahí. And that church is about maybe 3 or 4 blocks from my church. And I pass it every time I go to my church. And you know what I see? I see an empty parking lot. I see nobody going. I see the church doors closed all the time because it's become a social club. It's become a I can do, my little boys club. Esa iglesia está cerrado. No hay nadie entrando ni saliendo. ¿Por qué? Porque a veces nosotros creamos que la gente pertenece a nosotros. Us as pastors, we got to be careful. Come on, pastors, are you with me? See, we've been afraid of the methodology that we stifle what God wants to do. And then we question why our young people are leaving. Preguntamos por qué están saliendo los jóvenes y por qué está saliendo esta gente, se me están saliendo. You've made it yours and it was never yours in the first place. You've made it yours and it was never yours in the first place. Come on, I know it's going to get quiet, but that's okay. We are administrators of God's church. Somos administradores de la iglesia de Dios. See, I'm reminded of what Jesus said. He said, the gates of hell shall not prevail against my church. Sino, mira, dice, las puertas del infierno no prevalecerán contra mi iglesia. Pero nosotros lo hemos hecho nuestro. Now I understand we have a ministry, I'm called, I'm chosen, right? But if I believe that I'm chosen over what God has called, it's His. It's always been His. I'm an administrator. Mira, el dinero no es tuyo. This is why it's easy for me to tithe. Es fácil para mí diezmar. ¿Sabe por qué? Porque yo sé que no es mío. Que yo soy administrador del Señor, lo que el Señor ha puesto en mis manos. That's why He could trust me. El Señor puede confiar en ti. Esa es la pregunta. ¿Están conmigo? The gates of hell shall not prevail. Watch this. The methods may change, but the message stays the same. The methods may change. Mira, las luces antes era el demonio esto, ¿verdad? Come on, let's be real. You could talk to me. This was young people. You wanted lights and you wanted to smoke. And mira, yo tengo a alguien en la iglesia. Vino Adán que vino de Rochester, está conmigo. Me dice, pastor, yo tengo esta máquina que va a tirar humo. Yo soy todavía de la vieja guardia también a veces. Yo tengo 45 años, aunque me veo 21. I'm 45 years old. I know I look young. Y me decía, va a tirar humo y se va a ver bonito con las luces. And he started throwing that smoke. And this thing is like, empezó a tirar el humo. Y digo, hey, I'm getting lost in here, no puedo ver a las personas. The methods change. But you know what doesn't change? The message. Because Jesus is still the same yesterday, today, and forever. Listen, He's the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by Him. Él es el mismo ayer, hoy y por. Él es el camino, la verdad y la vida. Y nadie viene al Padre si no es por Él. Los métodos quizás cambian, pero el mensaje sigue igual. El mensaje sigue igual. Mira, razón número dos. This is what I've seen. We've fallen in love with programs, positions, and titles. Hemos enamorado de las programas, posición y títulos. Leaders, we've made it ours. Ahora estoy hablando a los líderes. Es mío. Es mi ministerio. Mi ministerio de danza. Yo soy el único que voy a cantar. ¿Y dónde están los que van a correr contigo? This is my youth ministry. I ain't letting it go. And it becomes mine and I become selfish. When Jesus said, I didn't come to be served, but I came to serve. I don't care if it gets quiet. I'm going to leave here tomorrow anyways, and I'm good. We've fallen in love with position and forgotten the vision. We've taken our position and title, and now we think we can tell the pastor what to do. Okay? Let me remind some of you of Hebrews 13 and 17. It's going to be up. Is it up there? Let's put it up there. Hebreos 13 y 17 dice así. Obey your spiritual leaders and what? To who? Every leader should be screaming this right now. Recognizing their authority over who? This is why I didn't want to be a pastor. Esta es la misma razón que yo no quería ser pastor. Porque cuando yo leí esto, le dije, no, Dios, I ain't messing with people like that. Yo era peleonero. Me gustaba pelear. Todavía me gusta pelear a veces. Pero dije, no, because I understand there's something here that God is requiring of us. Watch this. For they keep watch over your souls and continually guarding your spiritual welfare. As, watch this, as those who will give an account. Mira, yo tengo que dar cuentas. Por cada oveja que entre en mi iglesia, yo tengo que dar cuentas a Dios. Los estoy guiando en la manera donde tengo que hacer. Am I leading the youth? Am I guiding you in the right way? This is why I didn't want to be a pastor. Can I be real? I'm going to be like who? Dr. John Ruiz. Where is he? Is he here? That brother was real. I love that guy. Is he here? Oh, there you are. I'm going to walk to you like you were walking to me today. Watch this now. We make it ours. Come on, leaders. Are you with me? Líderes, ¿están conmigo? Because, listen, what happens? Nos ponen en una posición. I remember. My parents had this guy. Let me stand up here. Mis papás pastorearon 39 años. So yo vi lo bueno, lo malo, lo feo, todo. I saw it all. I didn't want to. I was like, no. I'm not going to be around church people. I can't stand church people. They judge everybody. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I just lived it for 39 years. Gente vivía en mi casa. Me quitaron mi cuarto. Y esa misma gente estaban puñalando a mis papás en la espalda. I know what I'm talking about. This is why I love dealing with PKs. I remember my parents had this guy. Le hicieron, todavía hacen el superintendente de la escuela dominical. We used to do that. We don't do that no more in my church. I don't do that. I got rid of that. This guy had his keys. And he had like 150 keys. Mira, 150 llaves ahí. Estaba caminando así con tantas llaves que tenía. Y nadie podía abrir una puerta si él no estaba ahí. Aunque él no llegaba a la iglesia, esa puerta no se... Hasta el mismo pastor. And I said, not here. Not today. Because at times we make it ours. It becomes my... And what I do is, I'm hiding the baton. I'm keeping it from someone else that God is ready to use, but I become selfish because it's all about me. And if I'm not there, the ministry doesn't go forward. And I'm here to tell you, with or without you, the ministry of Jesus will always go forward. Because there will be somebody who's waiting in line. I'm next. And I'm talking to some Joshuas tonight. Josué, te estoy hablando. Hebrews 13:17. And watch this. Leaders, are you here? Líderes, ¿me están escuchando? Se van. Señor, tócalos. Watch this. They will give an account of their stewardship of you. Now watch this. Let them do this with what? Joy. And not with grief. Let me say this again, because some of you leaders are making your pastor a living hell. And you're not letting them do it with joy. And they don't like going to church because I saw it with my own eyes. Yo lo vi como hijo del pastor. Que a veces mis papás lloraban yendo a la iglesia. Y un hijo ver eso no es bueno. Porque empieza a meter amargura, rencor, enojo. But I had to learn. And you know what God showed me? It wasn't their heart that they had. It was the heart of Jesus that they had. not with grief and groans, for this would be of no benefit to who? To you. Are you with me today? Come on, I know this is a strong word, but God is speaking to us today. And every time I preach a word, I say, God, what are you telling me? Because I'm saying it first, and God is speaking to me. El Señor me está hablando a mí primero. I want you to understand that people say they understand until you walk a mile in my shoes, right? We've heard that. I don't like when leaders say, I understand you, pastor. You don't know what it is to be a pastor until you pastor. Tú no sabes lo que es ser pastor. Parar aquí y decir a la gente, alaba al Señor cuando tus propios hijos están pasando por una prueba. Tu propia familia está pasando por una prueba. Alaba al Señor, adora al Señor. You don't know what that is until you live it. But I'm here to tell you there's a chosen generation. Come on, there's a chosen generation that understands. So I'm going to say, leader, pray for your pastor. Don't talk about him. Ora por tu pastor, sus pastores. No hablan de ellos. You know what? Probably about a month and a half ago, nuestra iglesia, como le dije, tiene 4 años. Y algo que mis papás nos enseñaron fue orar. They taught us one thing. And I'm here to tell you that when you're passing the baton, you need to understand, young people, you need to learn the good things. And there's some things that la vieja guardia tienen una cosa, and they know how to get on their knees. They know how to pray. And too many churches now, it's a microwave generation. If I don't get it now, I don't want it. And we don't know how to travail in the spirit anymore. That's why I did a test before we started. I said, how many can we, because sometimes we need to praise just with music. And let me tell you something. You need to learn how to pray without nothing. You need to pray to God and worship Him like the lights went off today and the sound went off. We got to know how to praise our God in the good, in the bad, in the ugly, when there's no sound, when there's no lights, because He's worthy. He's worthy. Él es digno. Él es digno. So leader, pray for your pastor. Ora por tu pastor. So about 3 years ago, in January, we do a 21-day fast and prayer. En enero hacemos un ayuno de 21 días, ayuno de oración. Y hace 1 año y medio, yo estaba orando en la iglesia. Y al 20 días el Señor me dice, sigue orando. At the 20th day, the Lord said, keep praying. Y yo le dije, Señor, ¿cuánto tiempo? Y me dijo, yo no te dije cuánto tiempo, yo te dije, sigue orando. Y al 21 día empecé a orar. And I began to pray. Y el Señor me dice, cite a los varones. And the Lord said, call the men of the church and have them come. I was by myself. And the Lord had said, call the men of the church. So I called the men. And so some of the men started falling off. And then the Lord said, call the whole church to pray. So me dice, llama a toda la iglesia. And this is what it is. From Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. De lunes a viernes, de 6 a 7 de la mañana. And we started praying. And we started praying. And we started seeing God move. And people started coming in from the streets. This is what happened. People started coming in, they were saying, and we would say, how did you hear about us? I don't know, something told me to come in here. ¿Cómo escuchaste de nosotros? Yo no sé, algo me dijo que yo tenía que entrar. Somebody else, a whole family comes in. How did you hear about us? We were walking by and we felt the Lord told us to go in. Estamos caminando, el Señor dice, entrar. There was a person driving. We saw them do a U-turn and they came back into the parking lot. How did you hear about us? I don't know. I was crying on the way in and something pulled me in. Cuando en la iglesia el Señor empieza a orar, el Señor se mueve. Come on, church. I'm trying to get you to say something. We started praying and praying and seeking and praying, and then people started showing up. Last week, la semana pasada, yo estoy saliendo de mi oficina para predicar. Y we have parking ministry, porque the parking is crazy. No podemos, we don't fit. And so my parking team lead comes up to me and he says, Pastor, you got to hear this. I said, what happened? A lady came in and she said, is this a car wash? I said, a car wash? And he said, no, this is a church. And she said, can anybody come? And he said, yeah. He said, by the way, give me your keys. We may wash your car, but come on inside. That lady got saved that day. I'm telling you, when you're ready to give the baton, I'm telling you. So God started moving in prayer. And what the Lord showed me was, you can't hold on to what I've given you. We've fallen in love with all these programs, these meetings. We've divorced the glory. Hemos divorciado la gloria por programas y otras cosas. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to divorce the glory for nobody. I'm going to praise my God. I'm going to honor him because I'm here a short time. I don't know about you. I don't have time to waste. Yo no tengo tiempo para perder en cosas que podemos mover el púlpito dos pies o no. Vamos a tener let's have a meeting to move the púlpito. We've made it a religious act. Y Dios está diciendo hoy, es tiempo, iglesia, de dejar tonterías y pasar el bastón. Are you with me? I'm almost done, but I'm going to do something tonight. Are you willing to invest in your next and pass the baton? Are you willing to invest? See, there's a story about Moses and Joshua. Exodus 33, Éxodo 33. Y el Señor me enseñó algo. Como le dije, yo no quería ser pastor. El que viene a mí y dice, yo quiero ser pastor, that's a red flag for me. Una persona me dijo, el domingo pasado, me dijo, dos domingos atrás, me dice, viene donde mí, yo estoy afuera saludando a la gente después del primer servicio. Y viene donde mí. Y me dice, pastor, the Lord told me to tell you, red flag, I'm ready. And I looked, I said, the Lord told you to tell me that you're ready? I said, you don't understand the way God works. He's going to go to the shepherd and not the sheep. He's going to speak to the shepherd and not to the sheep. Because sheep breed sheep. Sheep don't breed shepherds. I'm going to leave it right there. Some of you ain't going to like me today. El oveja quiere decir al, how do you say shepherd? Al pastor. Oh, right? I should get that. El oveja le quiere decir al pastor cómo ministrar. Submit. You know, Jesus taught us something very important. The most important thing Jesus taught us was to learn how to submit. He submitted to the will of the Father, even though he was one with the Father. Él se sometió a Dios siendo uno con Dios. ¿Por qué? Porque Él nos estaba enseñando a nosotros que la sumisión es tan importante. Porque el enemigo quería subirse con Dios. Y Lucifer, que era el cantante, que era el director de alabanza en el cielo, dejó su posición. This is why it's so important. Do you know that the archangel Lucifer was never replaced? ¿Sabían que el Señor no, how do you say replace? Reemplazó a Lucifer. ¿Saben por qué? Because he has all of us that are worshipers now. I need you to get that. That's why it's so important that you worship. You can't stay quiet because now we're the worshipers in heaven. And when we worship, la Biblia dice que el Señor habita en medio de la alabanza de quién? Su pueblo. God inhabits the praises of Israel. God inhabits the praises of his people. That's why it's so important that we worship. Because he never replaced Lucifer. But he made something better. That's me and you. Come on, are you with me? I'm almost done. Are you getting something out of this? All right. So Moses taught Joshua before he passed him the baton. Exodus 33. Watch this. Now Moses used to take his own tent and pitch it outside the camp, far away from the camp. And he called it the tent of meeting of God with his own people. And everyone who sought the Lord would go out to the temporary tent of meeting, which was outside the camp. Keep going. Whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people would rise and stand, each at his tent door, and look at Moses until he entered the tent. Sabíamos que este era el tabernáculo, ¿verdad? That was the tabernacle. Watch this. Whenever Moses entered the tent, the pillar of cloud would descend and stand at the doorway of the tent, and the Lord would speak with who? El Señor hablaba con Moisés. When all the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the tent door, all the people would rise and worship, each at his tent door. Now watch this. This is where the Lord really revealed to me. This is what the Lord revealed to me. And so the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face, just as a man speaks to who? His friend. When Moses returned to the camp, his attendant Joshua, another version says his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man. That's important. He was a young what? He was a young whippersnapper. He would not depart from the... You know what the Lord showed me? The greatest lesson Moses taught Joshua was to linger in the presence of God. The greatest lesson that Moses taught Joshua was to linger, to stay. Quedar en la presencia del Señor. You see, he taught him 2 lessons. That was the first lesson. Because Moses didn't say stay there, but Joshua saw his leader. And his leader was always one with God. He spoke face to face with God, and he said, there's something about this guy, Moses. There's something that he has. This is why young people, you need to be close to your pastor. You need to be close to your pastor. Why? Because he has something that you need. And that's the glory. And that's the present. Come on, are you with me, young people? The greatest lesson that Moses taught Joshua was to linger in the presence of God. Now watch this. The second one is in Numbers chapter 13, verse 16. Número 13, 16, dice así. He sends the 12 spies out. He sends the 12 spies out. Moses is sending the 12 spies out to spy out the land, the promised land. La tierra prometida. This is what he says. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent to spy out the land. But Moses, say with me, but Moses, called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. Watch this. And I looked that up. If you look that up in the Hebrew, Hoshea means salvation. Hoshea significa salvación. En otras palabras, yo soy salvación. Y Moisés le enseñó algo a Josué. Aunque lo enseñó, hizo algo. Cambió su nombre. Él cambió su nombre a Yehoshua o Josué, significando Jehová es salvación. Watch this. Hoshea means I'm salvation. And what he was saying him, look, if you enter that land thinking that you are salvation, you're going to think you did it. But I need to change your name so you understand that Jehovah is salvation and you are not. This is why I'm telling us leaders, pastors, don't think that you did anything. Tú no hiciste nada. Fue la gracia y la misericordia de Dios que nosotros empezamos a orar. Mira, me pregunta, ¿qué estás haciendo en tu iglesia? Lo primero que digo, estamos orando. Y yo no estoy haciendo nada. Aunque me veo bonito. Even though I'm good, that's what my wife says. It's not me. It's him. Jehovah is, come on, are you with me? Salvation. And the Lord said, I'm about to change the trajectory of your life. Even your name is about to change. And I'm here to tell you, some young people, some of your names are about to change today. God is about to change your name today. And if you want it, God is saying, I'm going to give it to you. You just got to want it. Are you with me? What's coming next, Joshua, you'll not be able to contain unless you know that I'm your salvation. See, my parents taught me one thing. It was how to linger. See, Elijah to Elisha. Elijah to Elisha. See the story of Elijah to Elisha. He threw his mantle on him and he walked away. Tiró el manto sobre él. Eliseo o Elías? Which one is Elisha? ¿Cuál es cuál? Eliseo. que estoy aprendiendo mi español sin barreras aquí. Eliseo recibió el manto, ¿verdad? Recibió el manto y hizo algo. Dice, voy a besar a mi papá y regreso. Y él estaba trabajando. See, this is why it's important, young person, that you don't complain. Well, why is so-and-so up there? And why am I not up there? And why are they dancing? And why am I? You just keep plowing. Because Elisha was just plowing away. He was plowing. How do you say plow? Arando. ¿Cómo? Arando. Eso mismo. Eliseo estaba arando. Él no estaba orando por una posición. Él no estaba orando por un título. Él no estaba orando, dame el micrófono. No, él estaba arando. Su mirada enfrente. Y cuando el Señor tiró el manto sobre él. Watch this. And he went, you know what he did? He went and he chopped up the oxen and he broke the plow and he had a big old barbecue for the town. Tuvo un barbecue ahí con extra barbecue sauce because he was saying, I'm never going back to what I was doing before because there's a mantle that's been placed on my shoulders and God is about to do something new in my life. And I'm here to tell you, young person, don't go back. You're hearing or can you see me? Don't go back the same because God is about to put a mantle on your life. God is about to put a mantle on your life. Are you with me? David to Solomon. Paul to Timothy. Pablo a Timoteo. You know, there's a scripture. He says this in 2 Timothy 1:6. He says, don't forget to fan the flame. Fan the flame. You know what happens? We have to fan the flame because at times, because of life, the flame starts going out. Porque el fuego se apaga a veces, hermanos. Y necesitamos, mira, poner abanico al fuego. Porque Dios en estos últimos tiempos, Él está buscando a quién quiere ir. Como Isaías dijo, aquí estoy, envíame a mí. And I've said, I've surrendered to the Lord. I said, Lord, here I am, send me. If no one else wants to go, listen, we are in a watered down Christian generation. We are in a generation where people want lights more than the presence of God. Ellos quieren cosas. Look, if you don't give me a gift the moment I arrive, then I'm going to the other church because they give me $5 Starbucks cards. And ever since we've been praying, the Lord's been He's been giving me a jealousy for the presence of His presence. And He's been saying, son, don't fall trap to that. Son, don't fall trap to that. Because what I'm going to do in your church, I'm going to do in my church, is the glory is about to hit this church. And people are going to come from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Why? Not because of programs, not because you sing so well, but because of my presence. And I need you to know today that Moses, to David, to Elijah, to Paul, and even to Jesus, he passed the baton to his disciples. Jesus said this, greater things you'll do. Mayores cosas harán ustedes. Cristo dijo eso. El mismo Cristo que dio de comer a más de 15 o 20 mil personas. Con 2 pececitos y 5 panes. Matter of fact, he took a kid's lunch pail. I love that story. You know why? Because they say that they collected 12 baskets over. And I love this about Jesus. Because if you give, you'll receive. And he told the disciples, you give them something. And they said, we don't have anything. Oh, but there's a kid here who has a lunch pail. And there were 12 baskets left over. You know who got the 12 baskets? Not the disciples. People say, we get this wrong theologically. We believe it's because there's 12 disciples. They didn't give anything. The 12 went to the child. You better get that right. Because my God is a giver. And if I don't give, y soy tacaño. All right, I'm going to stop. You know the saddest thing is? to know you were chosen for more, yet allow fear to stop you from passing the baton. And realize that you have been wandering in the desert. You know, the Lord really impressed upon me. It was 11 miles from Egypt to the promised land. 11 millas. They said it would have taken them with about 1 million or 600,000, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, to walk that distance. 40 years. You know why? Because they were walking in circles. Because they were complaining about, we have to move the pulpit 2 feet, and we can't do that. We need 18 meetings to move the pulpit 2 feet. Que podemos hacer esto, no podemos hacer otro. Y están en el desierto. I'm here to tell you, I love this, but there's also a scripture that says, many are called, but few are. You know, the Lord really showed me that about being chosen. You know how you know you're chosen? You allow yourself to be chosen. God is not a man that he would push you. He's a gentleman. And he lets you choose what you want. He said, you know, deja escoger lo que queremos. Many are called, but few are chosen. I'm here to tell you tonight, with this I close, that God is about to pass the baton. Moses knew to pass the baton. Are you willing to see the promised land yet not enter it? Pastor, ¿estás dispuesto a ver la tierra prometida y no entrar? Le digo por qué. Porque quizás el Señor te ha dado la visión, pero no, la visión no queda contigo. Where's my 4 runners? My 4 runners. Come on, quickly. Watch this. Here's what happens. Me dan espacio porque van a correr. ¿Están aquí? Are you willing to see the promised land? Deuteronomy 34, 1-4. Watch this. You don't have to put it up. It says that Moses had an anger issue. We forget that. I think Moses was Puerto Rican. Quizá Moisés era boricua. Porque tenía genio. Y Moisés no entró a la tierra prometida porque desobedeció a Dios. God told him to speak to the rock, and he went and he was like, ay, huácata. Esta gente que me diste, Dios. Y a veces los pastores hacemos eso. Estos demonios que no, come on, pastor, come on. Watch this. And the Lord said, I'm gonna let you see it, but you'll never enter. About 25 years ago, the Lord gave my parents a vision of a church. 25 años atrás el Señor dio una visión a mis papás de una iglesia. Y esa iglesia ahora es un casino. Como 3 bloques de nuestra iglesia. Y hace 25 años, el Señor, por un profeta, viene donde mí y me dice, camina 7 veces alrededor del casino. Y una mañana, a las 7 de la mañana, puse aceite en mis pies, porque así me enseñaron. Y empecé a caminar el casino. Sin saber, yo era músico. I was a musician. The Lord told me to walk around it. Okay, I'm going to obey God. But God gave the vision to my parents. Empecé a caminar. La seguridad empezó a perseguirme como la tercera vez. Security started following me about the 3rd time. And I looked back y tenía pistolas. And I said, God, what is going on here? But I kept walking and I prayed. That was 25 years ago. And I had this thing with the number 7. Tenía algo con el número 7. Número de perfección, right? The number of completion. Número de completion, whatever. And so I had this number with the number 7 and the completion. And God, you're dealing with me. And okay, fast forward. The Lord began to deal with me. And he said, son, seal it. My parents retired in 2013. Can I share something with you? I love my parents. but they didn't pass me the baton. La primera iglesia Discípulos de Cristo hispana en California empezaron ellos. Pero no me pasaron el bastón. Yo entré en la oficina de mis papás. Yo era pastor de jóvenes y tuvimos como 90 a 100 jóvenes. Y la iglesia no subía más de 120. Y algo estaba pasando, pero yo me sometía a su liderazgo. That's why it's important that you stay submitted. Because anybody that goes above authority does not have any authority. Y yo entré en la oficina. Mi papá ya estaba retirado. Mi mamá estaba tomando el ministerio. And I said, Mom, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? She said, Son, I still have a lot of ministry left in me. I said, okay, Mom. And I knew that right then and there it was time for me to go. Because there's Joshuas in your ministry that are standing waiting. And because we're afraid, we hold on to it. Hay Josués en tu ministerio que están listos y preferimos dejar que el ministerio muera en vez de dar el bastón a la segunda generación. I love my parents. You know what's great about this? That I got a call in 2013 and my dad said, I need to talk to you. Tengo que hablar con usted. Estamos perdiendo nuestra casa porque la iglesia no nos ha pagado en un año. Queremos que regresas a la iglesia. Cuando nosotros nos fuimos, la iglesia bajó. No tiene que ver nada con nosotros. Pero los jóvenes se fueron. No había nadie. No había. I made a mistake too because I didn't have a Joshua. The ministry went down. Y entramos en el 2013. I told my wife, we're gonna move. We're gonna move in there with them. We're not gonna let them lose their house. We get in the house. We get in the ministry. And the Lord shows me. The moment I walked in, 20 people left. We're down to 5, 6 people. The moment I got in, the next month, my dad read his resignation letter and he was gone the next month. He said, here you go, son. Take it. I said, I didn't know that's how it was supposed to be done. Okay, Dad, I'll do it. And we began to run. Empezamos a correr. And this is one thing the Lord showed me. Do you want to leave an inheritance to your children or do you want to leave a legacy? Because an inheritance is temporary, but a legacy is generational. Un legado es generacional. Ask the prodigal son. He was given an inheritance and he wasted it. I don't want an inheritance. I want a legacy. And I began to realize, Lord, help me to pass the baton. Help me to pass it to the next generation. Because even though you've given me a vision, and let me tell you something, in 2 years, that casino's ours. En 2 años, ese casino va a ser nosotros. You know, we're in a project right now. Our church is 4 years old. Estamos en un proyecto de expansión. We don't fit. And the Lord began to show me, it's because you've invoked my presence and you've decided, son, to understand that it's not you. There are wells that have been dug before you. There are wells that have been dug. Mira, hay pozos que han sido escarbados antes de nosotros. And don't you forget that previous generation, young people. Because I know I stand up on that pulpit every Sunday and I say, Lord, thank you. Because my parents plowed. And they plowed. And they plowed when there was 5 churches in one building. And now that we're there by ourselves, I say, thank you, Lord, because we're digging new wells. And the old wells are about to meet the new wells. And there's a river that's about to start flowing in Gardena. Y yo te quiero decir, hermano y hermana, es tiempo de pasar el bastón. And it doesn't end there because it goes to the next generation. And then it doesn't end there because it goes to the next generation. And it doesn't end there, come on, because it goes to the next generation. And it doesn't end there because it goes to the next generation. And it doesn't end there because it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Are you ready to pass the baton? Are you ready to receive the baton? Are you ready to pass it? But you got to receive. Vamos a poner de pie en esta tarde. Es tiempo de pasar el bastón.